Welcome back, MTG Joe here. Today, Brothers War is officially released onto MTG Arena, and we are going to try out some standard brews. I'll be back with the regular scheduled meta breakdowns, looking at the top performing decks, but I got to wait a couple days for the data to populate, so in the meantime, we're going to try some stuff out, just fool around with the new set. And a card that I really liked during early access and was really fun was Portal to Phyrexia. 9 mana artifact, enters the battlefield, each opponent sacks 3 creatures. And then at the beginning of your upkeep, you get to put a target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. It's Phyrexia in addition to its other types. So we are playing Big Red. We're kind of playing Tron, if you would. And we're trying to get a bunch of ramp and kind of power stones to do that. Our top end is Phyrexian Fleshgorger, 7 mana, 7/5. Menace, Lifelink, Ward. Pay life equal to its power to be able to target it. And then you could also cast it for 3 mana for its prototype. Where it gets the same abilities, but it's a 3/3. That's why you'll notice we just have 8 dual sources. So we're a base mono red deck. We're ideally casting this for 7 mana, but in a pinch, we can cast it for 3 mana to get that value. We also have Cityscape Leveler. So this is like Meteor Golem on crack. 8 mana, 8/8 trample. When you cast the spell or it attacks, you destroy 1 target non-land permanent. Its controller creates a tap Power Stone token. You can also unearth it, which means you get to cast from the graveyard, or it enters from the graveyard, notably not cast, so you don't get the cast trigger, but it gets haste and you can attack in and blow some stuff up. So really what we're trying to do is ramp up, play Portal, and then just steal all our opponent's stuff. You'll ask, how do we ramp? Well, we got Fable the Mirror Breaker tokens. We have Thran Spider. So it's a 3 mana. When it enters the battlefield, each player gets to create a tap Power Stone. And then we can pay 7 mana to kind of late game try to find some copies of artifacts from our deck. 2/4 bodies also reasonable for blocking. We have Visions of Phyrexia. 4 mana, basically Experimental Frenzy, where if you don't cast it, you get a Power Stone at the end of turn. So we have ramp elements like that, and then we're just kind of playing a more kind of control-y deck otherwise. One thing I do want to see, I'm starting with 4 of these, but it might be 3 of these as the split. But we have stuff like Voltage Surge, Abrade, Obliterating Bolt, which is like Lava Coil that hits Planeswalkers as well. Bankbuster, which you can activate its ability with the Power Stones, which are nice. Brotherhood's End, which is Anger of the Gods, or Sweltering Suns really. It doesn't exile, but deals 3 damage to each creature and Planeswalker. And then we could also destroy all artifacts with mana value 3 or less. So if we run into like an Anvil deck or something like that, kind of coming into that. And then some copies of Burn Down the House on the top end. We also got in the mana base Mishra's Foundry, which is a creature land. It's kind of hidden right now, but there we go. 2 mana to activate it becomes a 2/2, and then you can tap another copy to make it +2/2 to end the turn. We also have Blast Zone, which was reprinted, and Soku Zen in the mana base, along with the 8 black sources to kind of supplement this. So we'll give it a shot. I was playing some games just like while I was cooking with this, just in the play queue, but we'll take it to Mythic rank and see how it goes. Ran into Esper, ran into Mono Black. So I want to see what folks are playing. I don't know what the meta's like. These are the first games of rank that I'll be playing. It's the 3rd game of the format that I've played. So we're really just going to see what's there. It's really just for learning purposes. We'll probably tweak some stuff along the way. So opponent goes first. I think this is fine. This on 1, this on 2. We have 2 Abrades against an aggressive deck. Against a slower deck, we have Bankbuster that we can get going. We also are 1 of the 2 mana sources short if we need to cast this as an early blocker. So I say we keep. We're at 25 lands in the deck. I think it's fine. There is like the mono white version of the deck, or like the Boros version where you can reanimate the big stuff. This might be enchantments. Yep. I think this turn we're just gonna hold the Abrade up. I'm not gonna have the mana for Bankbuster anytime soon. I can't really crew it because ideally I'm probably gonna go Fable or this Thran Spider. So we'll just kill this. Opponent seems to not have too much going for them. So I could go Spider, I could go Fable. I think we go Fable. I'm probably going to bin the Bank Buster. We'll see. We have Visitor. So I could Spider. Oh, we're definitely hitting that then. I guess Portals, we're still a ways away from Portal. Brotherhood Ends is nice as well. I doubt they have protection, but probably made no sense to do that. They get to draw a card here though. So I could go Spider and then with the Power Stone also draw. Depending what they play out, we could do 3 damage. I lose my Kiki this way. I didn't want him to be able to start putting counters and get it outside of our burn range. Yeah, we're probably going to just sweep here. Mind you, they can go pretty big. No, let's take a chance here. Because I could still sweep these up and then this potentially dies. I want them to use an answer. Because next turn I can draw and... Maybe should have left that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we sweep here. This is where it gets a little rough. We just draw here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I hit a land, I can Fleshgorger next turn. Could see Borrowed Time. So we don't see the land. I think we do this. I might need to use this if they have another Borrowed Time. I got a little greedy there. Probably shouldn't have. Because now I don't have a way to get rid of Mashiko. Okay, so I got a block here. So I can crew 1, 2, and then that's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with the treasure. That gives me 2 blockers. Try to use these Fleshgorgers now to stabilize. The borrowed times are a bit of a pain. Yeah. We needed them to not literally have borrowed time. That one was a bit tough. I got a little greedy there. Probably should have swept. I was going to lose the Kiki anyways, because then I'm not playing defensive with... It's probably just best to sweep there. Clear out their whole board. I think we actually stabilize there, because they can't attack. I drop a second copy down, and then I can start gaining 7 life a turn. I don't know how opponents are already at 78%. Very similar. I think we keep, depending on what they're at. I either have a Braid or Bank Buster. Let's go Bank Buster here. Get this going. I can go Phyrexia next turn. Probably not going to block. I don't know if I love these Bank Busters, to be honest. I want to hold this for now. I think we need maybe just a single copy. Because our mana is very contested. So we'll exile here. Play out the springs, say go. Next turn I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. Draw a card here. Oh, we are copying Fleshgorgers. We are copying Fleshgorgers. I repeat, we are copying Fleshgorgers. How are you giving me sleep? I just turned 5, hasted out a Fleshgorger. And then we were going to Phyrexia the following turn. Okay, that one felt better. I'm going to cut down 1 hearse. Or 1... Let's go big red. Probably want... So Obliterating Bolt always deals the 4. Which I think is what we want. I need to be able to interact. While I don't love like 1-for-1ing in this format, 4 deals with like Adeline, it deals with Rafine, deals with pretty much all the threats except Shieldred. It deals with AO and its Exile. Opponent goes first, we have no removal. Okay, we'll keep this one. Portal's going to go to the bottom here. So our curve is going to be Bolt, Fable, Fleshgorger. This could be control, could be soldiers. Likely control. I'm just gonna have to start jamming stuff. If it's blue-white, we can't really do much. But we can do something about that. I think we want to kill this. They missed a land drop, so we just want to keep their stuff cheaper. I also don't want to ramp them, because they're probably playing the Meek Stone. Okay, that resolving's nice. Could see Wandering Emperor.
I've learned much during my travels. Let me show you.
Just take it out now. So here we'll get the mana. I can also bolt this, but they've shown Urza, so I want to be able to kill Urza potentially. I think we can do better than Thran Spider. Okay, we're on Fleshgorger Tron. That resolved pretty quick. The ward on that's pretty good, and then I can start making copies. So they do need to take 5 here to kill. Oh, they just take the 2 card route. I'm not going to win this matchup unless I put pressure. They're going to win the late game. I actually don't know what the meld does. Yeah. We're kind of playing into that, but... They have Wandering Emperor. There are certain points, like in the control matchup, where you just need to push. They were assembling their mana. Still in it. Artifacts. You cast. Yeah, second to populate hurts. Yeah, Mishra's not bad. This gives me another attacker. So I'm likely, even like this Phyrexia doesn't really do much. You know, to not have Emperor for a turn. Get greedy.
I'm home.
Sick.
We must protect the people.
So they still have the option to exile here. But they'll have to pay some life. Okay, see the absence come down. So they could trade the Emperor. I wanted to keep my land alive. It has a lot of utility ideally because it gets around sorcery speed.
You're done.
Just try to draw land here. This gives us pseudo haste if we can draw another creature. Have a couple more burn downs. Yikes.
Cool doesn't mean we have to be overly serious.
Problems, that's 5 already. Okay, that was actually the best draw we could have had. Now they could have a removal spell.
Relax.
Don't. We're in a pretty solid spot. Don't have it. Don't have it. They return with Otawara. That hurts. Could see Teferi come down. Oh, jeez. No point of playing. Farewell's such a dumb card. Like, we were having an interesting game. There's a lot of, like, reasonable back and forth there. And then the opponent's just like, Farewell. Invalidate everything you do. Control might not be too badly placed right now. Our decks... I built our deck to beat up more on creature decks, and we haven't seen too many. The Aura's deck is not really a creature deck so much as like a synergy. We'll give this a shot. Just gonna lead with this. We're gonna need all our mana anyways. Okay, see Kumano. So hopefully it's something that can die to this voltage surge. Here we have a couple options. So Fable's obviously the better play. I think we go Fable. And then just get Phyrexia going. I'll probably trade the token if they do it here. If not, at the very least. So, we don't want to give him the treasure here. I think that's a fine trade. We'll bin a copy of that. Okay, Obliterating Bolt's also nice here. I think we get this going, at least for the turn. And then next turn, I have enough mana for both of these. The quicker we can get this going, the better. I don't think this is the best. You know what? I'm fine with that for the most part. Because this only does... I get one treasure here. And if I get a sweeper, which we do. So I actually... think we just do this route. Because I could sweep, but then they just activate this. I lose my Kiki. This kind of forces them into stuff. I can throw double blocks on Facebreaker. Okay, so they're paying mana there. Their mana base right now doesn't work for them to do the bird back yet, but... Okay, so we see Rending Flame. So we're definitely throwing a double block there. So that's one extra point of damage. So then we can block here. Yeah, they explode. So that way we play like the safer route. They had to spend the spell, they kind of committed more to the board, and then next turn I can kind of go out and just go big on over the top. Like the Planeswalkers are going to be an issue, but I don't think you're going to see too many like blue-white control decks. The Phyrexia's, like Visions of Phyrexia has been good just in terms of giving us card advantage, stuff off the top. We might want to go up another burn down. Okay, opponent goes first. I think we're okay here. I can bin the Cityscape leveler. A bit awkward. Drawing all the top end. Mono black on the play. Have a 2-drop. So Fable can do some work. Their mana base is also very awkward. Shieldred's kind of the backbreaker. It's a very aggressive line. Because if I had another burn spell, I Stone Rain them there. So I can get rid of this, probably Cityscape, maybe Portal. Portal's got the higher top end. We'll see what they play out. If they go Shieldred, then I'm going to need it. Okay, Lily's probably a minus here.
Nobody knows Dominaria's shadows like me. Off you go.
Because I can get this back from the graveyard at least. Okay, opponent can invoke us either next turn, and then I can burn down the house, haste things out. I also have the ability to Fleshgorger. Okay, just gonna have to be burned down. Don't love this line because we lose Kiki, but is what it is. So this might just be Fleshgorger. Oh, actually, I can't even cast Fleshgorger. Another Kiki would be good. Trespasser's rough. Well, at least I get the 2-for-1 them here. Hopefully this stabilizes. They might cast a removal spell. I'm at 6 here. They're a land off of Invoke. Okay, so this can do 1 pump. So I can do this. That gives plus. So I think we attack here because they have to double block, and I can get rid of this Misery Shadow because Misery Shadow gets bigger. I just need to get to this. Oh, this is any color, it's not just black. Okay, so that's notable. So that lets them activate a land if they want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The last card's always Invoke Despair. Just always Invoke Despair. Don't even want to kill this until I can get the pump to make it a 4/4. Okay, voltage is good. Gives me at least an answer for a turn. I need a new Phyrexia in this matchup, but yeah, they're just gonna... That's the problem. You're trying to play like a deck where you're grinding and then Invoke Despair just goes over the top of you. I think we do need to trim a portal. We're just not getting to it. The Phyrexia is good. Like, this is kind of the engine of the deck. I could see another burn down the house being decent. Because the problem is, like, I'm trying to see like how we construct this. Because when they just go Invoke, you're going to have a hard time. Because while your artifacts survive, you're not going to necessarily get the other value pieces. Okay. We also go first for what feels like the first time in a while. Hopefully not blue-white. In case we have to go Dreadnought here. So we go Portal or Visions of Phyrexia next turn. Let's do that. So because we don't cast a spell off this turn, we'll get a Power Stone. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. And then depending if we get an attack, it could be 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're 1 off. Okay, we just see Emperor.
Anyone who harms my people must contend with me. This is what you get for hurting my people.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just gonna go Phyrexia here.
Our swords will cross at you. Let your blade do the talking.
Okay, so they can take my Fleshgorger. One, 2, 3, 4. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They can tutor up a card this turn, which I don't really care about. Could be a sweeper. They don't have any creatures to reanimate. Oh, this puts any onto the battlefield, right? From a graveyard. So we need to hold this a braid for this Fleshgorger. But I guess we can also just new Phyrexia next turn. Let's do you. I think we get Kiki. Visions has more value. So we'll do this. They get Fleshgorger, but I have a Braid. And then I can get it back. I don't know if they can kill Portal to New Phyrexia. Like, these visions are doing a good job just grinding us value. Shieldred is scary. But I think we need to do this. We get Fleshgorger back. So we could burn down the house. Deal 5 to everything. That's so good for us. Because now I get to just a Braid. Create my Devils. And then I get their Shieldred next turn. Like, it was face up. Take the 2 damage. Force me to sweep my board. Or just as always, Farewell comes down and takes an interesting game and turns it to shit. This card's so dumb.
Of all innocence, my will must. I bring my own army.
So this is just the black-white invoke deck. I could have pumped itself, its target attacking. What a dumb deck. Alright, so I don't think this is like super reasonable if everybody's just going to be playing Invoke still, stuff like that. You're probably going to have to go lower to the ground aggro. Which is unfortunate. There's some cool stuff to do here, but Farewell just kind of gets you. Visions of Phyrexia was really good. I could see this being played in like mono red at the top end just to give you some card advantage. This was fine. Like, I was expecting more soldiers and we're just not hitting it, so it's a little bit difficult there, but largely it is what it is. I'm gonna wrap this one up. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you have a great one and stay safe out there.